back, everybody. This is The Pursuit of What, and we're doing a new segment, something a little bit different. It's been a little bit busy since I've put out the first episode, so we've come up with a new idea to do in the interim for a little light entertainment and, more importantly, to find the best coffee, at least the best coffee in the Western Pennsylvania region. We'll branch out as things grow in time. I'm sitting here with my brother, Josh. Why are you in a wheelchair?
Got hit by a car.
Is this normal?
I don't think so.
Yes, okay. All right, well.
I'd never seen that car before. We had no beef. I have no reason to believe this crash was premeditated.
How are you feeling post-crash?
Great. Can't move my legs. Nerve pain, muscle pain, ache pain. Left leg has barely any range of motion. Just saw someone running around the corner there. Looked nice and athletic, and I really miss, being able to do anything close to that.
You've been occupying your time doing some things. What other activities have you been doing while bedridden? What have you gotten into?
I've revisited the Super Nintendo. It's a perfect gaming system. Not too fancy, and an upgrade from the previous Nintendo Entertainment System. So that's fun. I played with some Legos yesterday. Or was it the day before? I'm not sure. Some medications that I had been on in the first part of it, I think, really impaired my memory for a little bit, but it's been some time now, so
welcome to Coffee Quest, the search for the best convenience store or gas station coffee in the Western Pennsylvania region and beyond. So today is the first introduction of our segment, inaugural segment, exclusive premiere here on The Pursuit of What. This idea was brought about by the man sitting next to me, my brother, Josh. And tell me a little bit about this.
Convenience stores, especially the ones that we see in our own towns, they're very ubiquitous in Western culture, and they're a part of every demographic. You go to New York City, everybody has their favorite bodega. Out in the country, you'll be going along some desolate highway, and there's the old self-serve pumps and someone working at the counter that you know by first name, and they're somehow your second cousin. You get the whole spectrum as far as gas stations or convenience stores go. I don't know. I've never been to one of them that doesn't serve some form of coffee. And some give little attention to their coffee, but some have found. I found some sleepers. So that's what I want to highlight upon. You're not getting something from a French barista there, but it goes above the expectation of what you would normally expect to find in just an ordinary convenience store.
So, but you've been around the block with coffee. You've had, pretty good coffee from coffee shops. You make your own yourself, and you've got a pretty good understanding, right? So
yes.
So you know what a good palate, or what it takes to have a good palate for taste, and knowing what is.
I can appreciate a professionally made espresso and Americano, and on the lower end, I've had my duties of putting Folgers in the old bun machine at work too.
So, I think it's kind of. This is not trying to figure out what I want to say here. Is we're pretty enchanted nowadays and kind of brainwashed into the culture of coffee, and every city you go to's got 5,000 different coffee shops. And
right, they actually opened up a Starbucks in one of my dreams now.
we're okay with mediocre, but in this case, we're out to find the best of the best. So I know you scripted some stuff.
We're out to find the best of what you expected to be mediocre.
Would you say that some of these are contenders with some of the best coffee shops out there?
I don't really know, because there's always, best is based on perspective. I've never been to France. I've never been to Italy. I haven't got to experience all of what this world has to offer, but it's what I've experienced, and yeah, they're contenders with. If you ask me where I'd like some coffee from, I'm gonna throw out some establishments that have gas pumps in front of them.
All right, well, let's jump into it. I know you have a list of your favorites and ones you have yet to discover from top to bottom, but I figured we would start with the closest to us, and I'll give a little history here. So the coffee we're drinking this morning is from what is formerly known as the Meridian Station, or Kemper's. In our childhood, it was a candy, snack, and gift shop that everybody in the neighborhood would ride their bikes to, and we would get, penny candies and sour gummies and Yoo-Hoos and all
For
the
those
sugar.
of you born after 2000, now we were born too late to buy candy for a penny, but it was still coin amounts, maybe nickels, and you could buy the individual candies, and they'd scoop them out of a tray and do a little brown paper bag for you. And
Trying to think what my favorite. I would always get the sour watermelons in the bag. I think
Ew.
where they were 50-cent bags. I know that was not yours, but
just
yeah,
Tootsie
but you
Rolls,
liked the weird ones like
no.
UFOs and
No, I didn't.
Who?
Just plain Tootsie Rolls, or they just stick to something normal. If Willy Wonka didn't make it, I
What
didn't
about
want
the
it.
sugar dot strips, like the rainbow
Nope.
paper strips with the
Nope.
sugar dots on them? To note, also, if you were a
No.
person that like a candy UFO was your favorite thing, I don't trust you. We probably aren't going to be friends.
Because those were blue, and George Carlin said there's no blue food.
So this is the actual first time we're recording this. I've tried to do this now, I don't know, twice or three times. Well, the third time I actually...
All right, let's skip your deficiencies. Now, we've talked about what this store was, how it was within a short bicycle ride for us growing up. What's the fate of the store now?
So for this lovely little village of Meridian that we grew up in, and we're sitting on the front porch of our parents' house, the Meridian Station, as we know it in our past, had closed, I don't know, almost a decade ago? Maybe more than that?
No, it was in the more recent years.
I think it was around COVID, or it was either just before
Just post-COVID,
20.
I think.
It might have been just post-COVID. Either way, it was kind of a staple for this neighborhood. It was kind of a central hub for everyone, and with the rise of convenient gas stations and Dollar Generals in small towns, the local confectionaries went to the wayside. But it has finally reopened. Somebody has bought it, it is now kind of what you would consider as a modern bodega dropped into a not so modern neighborhood. I'm trying to think of the juxtaposition there.
So the store itself is a former turn-of-the-century trolley station. It had a little post office window in it. The front of the store, you could actually see the old trolley platform step. So it's a very old building. There's a very antique feeling you get walking in there. If you could capture fall arts and crafts into a building,
That would be
you kind of get the
that would
picture.
be the Meridian Station. But anyhow, long story short, it was kind of a little bit of a nostalgic / heartbreaking thing to see the original version of this place close. But it is a little exciting that it is.
We still have it, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that someone was able to breathe a new set of life into it, and that's what brings us to these cups.
So anyhow, Josh has made a long list of the coffees of which he wants to go through and review. And today I figured we'd start off with the new and rebranded Meridian Convenience Store coffee. Here we go. This is the new Meridian Convenience Store coffee taste test and grading. That's the first full big switch.
It's not bad.
No,
it's definitely best at when it's hot, just cool enough that you can tolerate the heat.
I agree.
And then as it cools down, you get a little bit more of an off-putting taste. So that this is definitely not a room temperature coffee, but
no, definitely not.
When the store opens, you're on your way to work, I think this would be a great option. You know, something that probably by the time you reach the front entrance of your workplace and you're throwing your cup out, you're nice and refreshed. I think this is a very suitable coffee. This one's going to end up on a decimal, and we'll go with one out of 5.
Okay, so where in 1 out of 5 is
1 out of 5 styrofoam cups. I'm not advocating the use of styrofoam cups. I'd like to see this planet survive for another 60 years. That's all.
Just 60.
Just 60.
Okay. That's your guesstimate of how long you're going to live.
But yeah, it's my system, and I chose styrofoam cups. And not just any styrofoam cups. I want it to be the styrofoam cups that had that 90s...
The wavy stuff on it.
Yeah, it looks like you went into Microsoft Paint on Windows 95 and airbrushed a Wildberry Pop-Tart.
Okay, so anyhow, all the descriptions in the vessel in which the coffee is in. Where's the coffee in a 1 out of 5 scale?
I want to say
5 being there is nothing better. 1 being you definitely.
I'm gonna be very conservative in giving out 5s. I feel like that's a title that needs to be really fought for.
Okay.
This is nowhere below a 3. It's a solid easy 3. I would go to 3.5.
I was gonna say 3.5 personally.
Yeah. I think
I'm not
we have
blown away, but I'm also not underwhelmed.
We have some personal biases because that is our store there. Granted, I have not been in it since it reopened.
All right. So anyhow, so you're gonna go 3.5.
3.5.
3.5. I agree on 3.5. It was. I was kind of loose on hoping for more, but I didn't want to get a little too overzealous with it, so I'm going to go 3.5 on the Meridian Station coffee. The other thing that I haven't done is there are people out there that do like to put their creamer or flavored mixers into their coffee, so that is one thing that I add into my consideration for the convenience store coffee is how does it mix with creamer. So I haven't put anything in this, but this...
And for the sake of the scientific method, going forward, I think we should stay the constant. I will drink black.
No, I'm drinking black.
As long as you start sampling with just a black base.
1 and 1 and 1. 1 to 1 basically is what the ratio would be if I'm going to do...
Apples to apples.
Yeah, tomato. What was I going to say?
No, a tomato is still a tomato.
No, tomato. What is a fact or a piece of information that people don't know? Random, anything. Give me any sort of random statistic just to throw in as an extra bit for you.
Way to put me on the spot. 5 out of 4 people were bad with fractions.
5 out of 4 people. Okay.
I stole that off a T-shirt at the Fayette County Fair.
So if you took the time to watch a short segment, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, as we move on through these coffee reviews, it might inspire some of you guys to get out there and try some convenience store coffee. Thanks for watching.
Should we have a sign-off catchphrase like, sippy, sippy, sip, sip?
I don't think that's going to be the one. That concludes the first official segment of the Coffee Quest show, a sub-series of The Pursuit of What. I am your host, Nathan, and your co-host,
Josh.
We'll see you next time.
And remember, every poo-poo time is pee-pee time, but not every pee-pee time is poo-poo time.